vlog number 2 for interpersonal communication for chapters 3 and 4. Obviously, again, I'm driving because of my insane schedule, and I ended up shutting off last night, and I am late for classes. Anyway, in 3 and 4, we talked a lot about gender and sex and, you know, how we perform gender and everything else like that, and there was one particular thing that came to mind. I don't know, you know, there are certain things that we did to perform gender, such as, you know, stuff that we played with as kids, or, you know, how we were raised, colors that we like, you know, whatnot. I was kind of an atypical girl growing up. My father had 2 girls, I'm the oldest, and so I was the one that was always following in his footsteps. He used to work at Wright Penn Air Force Base maintaining their nose-on network servers, and taking out to work day was the coolest thing ever for me. You know, I'm 10 years old, 11 years old, in 3rd grade, installing CD-ROM drives and computers. One particular story that comes to mind is I may be 8 or 9 years old. My father used to teach electronics and circuitry at an adult vocational school down in Dayton. Well, one day he had to grade papers, and he had to bring me along to watch me. But he tends to get lost in his own little world, and you know what happens to little kids when they get left unattended, they tend to wander. Connecting his classroom and another one was a small little sheet metal shop. I ended up wandering my way in there. Ended up finding a scrap piece of metal and found an edge cutter and a corner cutter. I cut small squares out of the scrap metal and then cut corners out of those small squares, hence creating small little 4-pointed ninja stars. Had a small handful of them, and as a little kid, what do? Hey, look, Daddy, look what I made! So I came over there, presented it to him, and he's shaking his head in disbelief, going, "Oh my freaking God!" And instead of scolding me, what does he do? He put a piece of plywood up against the locker walls, and we ended up tossing them, and it stuck. So 1, I'm 8 or 9 years old, figuring out how to use this machinery, and 2, if you notice, I still have all 10 fingers. So I figured that was a little bit of an amusing story into my background, and also how we perform gender for interpersonal, what we were discussing in chapters 3 and 4.